You know what's weird? The video with the lagging. Welcome back to Habitual Nomad, folks. Wanted to ask you a question to lead off. Do you guys see a lag in the video quality? Let me know, please. You can let me know in the comments. Let me know in the somehow in the comments, because I'm interested, because I see a lag myself in the video. All right. It's very muddy here. But hopefully it's not so laggy for you, but I think it is. Anyway, we're going to look at that land that got delayed yesterday from our last video. And Papa's with us also because he's got experience buying land and how stuff works. And, you know, he knows what to look for too. Like, maybe he can tell us if it may be a flood kind of area, you know. He knows stuff about land and things. So, we're all looking at it together. Actually, I think last time, too, if you guys recall, anyone who was a fan of the Philippines for Us, he also went with us during our land search last time. It's helpful to have, you know, more than one head on it. So here we go. And I'll catch back up with you guys when we're in the tricycle. Alright, so we're working it. We're working our way there. We gotta jump out. We can try to get through this mud. We didn't have so much rain last night, but the night before we got slammed with rain. It's okay, I'm pacing it. Power. To keep my head down. To keep my head down, I just ran into a power line. Alright, so we're out here. I said that to Marla. Marla makes stuff up. Yeah, but you have to be like more, I don't know, it's like, I've said it so many times to her, not so much on this new channel, but I'm going to say it. It's like I'm the Filipino in this relationship. If I spoke Bisaya, oh my God. I deserve her citizenship more than her. It's like I know exactly how it always works. You know, we didn't mind the idea of coming out into the sticks. The only problem is, even when I grab a motorbike, it's very mud, you know. And as everybody knows, I'm a pretty heavy guy, so I'd have to kind of walk the bike. But to be honest, based on the price that she said, you know, and the description, yeah, it sounded cheap, but now I'm thinking it's almost a little bit overpriced, to be honest, out here. This is the kind of land we were seeing when we were looking last time for 45 for 100 square meters, 45,000. So, But, you know, what do I know? I tell her what's going to happen, and she never believes me. So, okay, so we are back, and I didn't do a good job finishing up the video, which is a big thing I have to try to break. I don't know why. I can't end a video to save my life. You guys would be so surprised how hard it is actually for me to do that. But so we're back. I didn't finish the video because there was a lot of chatting, and I was trying to understand the little that I do as to what was going on. And initially, I wanted to start this little story now that we're back. I took a break, by the way, so I could kind of cool off. In a nutshell, we didn't really like the property. I do want to give guys a little heads up that when dealing with a different culture and a different language, you're going to have a lot of frustrations. Let me say I'm speaking for the younger guys, mainly because I think some of the older guys have learned to chill out over the years. But I'm met here with like endless frustration, and no matter how hard I try, there's something that becomes this overwhelming problem, disaster. I don't know however to phrase it, but in a nutshell, Marla was discouraged when we went out there because she was told something different about the property. For instance, she said that there were power lines out there, which there are, but she was told specifically there was a pole, which there's not a pole. There's hopes and dreams of putting a pole. I mean, that's just the truth. You know, they might want to pretend like they have it all set up, but, you know, when you're here for as long as I have been here, you know that let's just say their intentions might be good, but the follow through isn't so good here. So you can't, you know, that's not in the bank. You know, you don't want to bank on it. So there's that. And as you guys could see, there's a real muddy area. When we first got there, let me kind of like lay it out for you. You saw us walking, you know, through some not so clean area. I didn't do a lot of recording there initially because there were people like taking a bath. You know, I hate when we arrive on a property and Marla's just not very good at putting herself out there, right? And because she's the Bisaya one, I rely on her to do that, and she just doesn't. So we're all kind of standing around not knowing what to do and, you know, waiting. And I didn't want to, like I said, video too much because I saw somebody taking a bath, and, you know, I don't want to be that guy. So we're walking, and it's super muddy. We passed, you know, it's like 3 kilometers or so, maybe 2.5 from the highway, which isn't the end of the world because we could always get a motorbike, you know. So that's not the end of the world. But that was the first thing Marla said to me is it's far. So I already know she's not super liking it. Then we're walking, it's muddy. She complains that it's muddy here all the time, like non-stop. So I know she's not liking it, right? So I'm trying to think, how am I going to get us out of this tour? But we go through with it. You know, there wasn't really anything to show you. That's why I didn't decide to pick up my camera and record it, the rest of it, because there wasn't anything to show you. It was just all trees and overgrown and a makeshift path that was done with a bolo real quick. So, but the thing that flipped me there, and I wanted to tell you guys, is, and I debated whether or not to share the story, but I did want to share it. You know, we got out there, and like I said, my partner wasn't feeling it, so she's not the best negotiator. So the saleswoman, she seemed like an okay woman and everything, but, you know, she was pushing a hard sell. You know, like she wanted us to agree then, and I said in English, just to clear the air, because I could understand a little of her Bisaya. You know, I just said, we will not be giving you a yes or no answer today. We're not giving you a no either, but we're not giving you a yes. And I told her all the downsides. One of the downsides that I mentioned was bringing construction materials out there, that it would be a real hassle. You know, they came up with a bunch of stories, oh, we're going to make a road and all that. We've been told that before, and we were told to watch out for that, because what happens is once you're locked in, if there's no road, you have no recourse. What are you going to do? You have to build it yourself. So that was a big thing, and Marla's father also said that as well. He said it in Bisaya after I said it in English, which I thought was interesting. That sucks a lot too, not being able to communicate with your father-in-law. So there was that, and Marla's itching to get out of there, right? Everybody was. I mean, let's just say this: it wasn't the worst spot in the world, but it's not really a spot that we would be interested in at this time. I think it was just that simple. But she's itching to get out of there. Her father also, the tricycle driver, doesn't even like it. The elderly guy that took us there, used to be our neighbor, spoke of him yesterday. And we're all just trying to get out. So we start walking, we walk a little bit and stop, walk a little bit and stop. And, I finally just say, hey, listen, we're not going to give you a decision today. This is our concern, construction material. There is some flooding. I wasn't really so sure on the measurements, right? They did not do a good job explaining the land area, which is a really big part of it. No matter how many times, no matter how slowly I spoke it in English, I couldn't get Marla to understand what I was asking. That's a hard thing for me after so many years of, us being together and her still not getting it. But the thing that threw me was I was trying to get us out of there, said all that stuff, and then what happened was Marla started trying to sell me on the property, even though she didn't want it. And it really put me on the spot, and I was very disappointed. It's a real embarrassing thing to have happen to you, to, do that, to try to help your partner. Here I am trying to be her voice because she doesn't like saying no to people. She's, a real yes man kind of person, which there are in this world. Because it does feel good to say yes, right? It feels good to make other people feel good. And usually saying no isn't making someone else feel good. So that threw me off. And I gotta say, that's when I was just I just gave up the video thing. I was just, mainly because those of you who don't know, our last channel, The Philippines for Us, I do have some regrets with it. I took many of the videos down, and I didn't go through all of them. I wasn't satisfied with putting so much of my relationship pitfalls out there. So I wanted to try to, take it back a little, which I did. That's the purpose for it. So I didn't want it to turn into a big thing where I'm just constantly complaining the whole time either. So that's the story. So the search continues. From what I understand, we're going to look at a place tomorrow, which is in a completely opposite direction. And I'm hoping that works out. It sounded better. It's actually a property that the tricycle driver, the elderly guy who drives us, our old neighbor, his daughter's property. And it's in a newer development area. And I'm eager to look at it. We don't know them super well, but like I said, they used to be our neighbors. He's a real hardworking guy, very helpful, nice guy. I like him, so I think we can trust them. And it's a good deal. But we'll talk about all that then when it happens. And I'm going to wrap this video up. So really, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any comments or anything you'd like to know, leave them down in the comments. Let us know some ideas for videos, stuff that you guys want to see. One of the, right before I wrap up, though, I wanted to say, too, another thing. I was told the other day that there were people upset that we weren't responding to comments. And I think, again, there was some miscommunication between Marla and I. The communication was supposed to be, she was supposed to be addressing comments and kind of letting me know or not letting me know, right? She's supposed to be handling them. I guess she didn't understand that. And I was doing the videos. So why that didn't get done, I really can't tell you. So I guess we're going to start checking again. But yeah, so we appreciate all of you. We really do. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Trying to show you the real kind of life you can have. We will be doing more traveling in the future, but we want to get this land thing down and start working on our forever kind of life first before we start doing our travels. Next travel we do will probably be back to Thailand and then to Cambodia, or to Singapore for a couple of days and then to Cambodia. So we will see. But again, that's long in the future for right now. We're talking, I would say, at least 6 months, because I really want to get this land, property, house thing started and down. So thanks for watching, guys. We love y'all, and see you on the next one. Bye.